Hey everyone, welcome back to Wix Fix. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Ryan, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to add a dynamic add to cart button on your dynamic pages. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here I am in Wix Studio, and I'm on one of my e-commerce templates. And let's say we want to create a custom dynamic product page. And so what we need to do first is, of course, we've gone through the process of going through the app market. You need to add store. So you need to add the Wix Stores app here. And if I go to the back end of my website, you can see under catalog, store products and products, I have added many products to our website here. So that is kind of the prerequisite for this, just so you can kind of test it out. Now, I also want to mention that unfortunately with this specific method of creating your own custom dynamic page and adding like an add to cart button to a dynamic page, something to consider is with products with variants. So if I click on this one right here, you can see like this one has size and colors. This unfortunately will not work. This will really only work with products like this, where I've set it to where it doesn't have any other product options. So it doesn't have size, doesn't have colors. So that is something to keep in mind. Now, I say that because what I'm teaching you today is a no-code version. But if you are willing to add custom code to your website, I do have a mini series teaching you how to actually create a custom code. And that was in collaboration with Etan from the Wix Wiz YouTube channel. He is a Velo master. So I will leave a link to that course in the description below if you really want to dive in deep with code and really create your own custom dynamic product pages. But for now, we're going to move on back over to the editor. And what we want to do is go ahead and add our dynamic page. So what we need to do is come over to CMS. We're going to go to our collections. And right now you're just going to see news and reviews. Obviously, we don't see our products database here. So what we're going to do is go over to manage. And this is going to open up our dashboard really quickly. And we're just going to go to more actions, advanced settings, and we're going to turn on Wix app collections. And we're just going to turn that on. Now, when I go ahead and exit out, and let's just reopen the CMS database here, go to your collections, or right here, sorry, Wix app collections. You're going to see a few more databases here that we can now use. Now, what we're going to do is come down to the products one right here, and we're going to right click or click the three dots, and we're going to say add a dynamic page. And we're just going to go ahead and create a blank dynamic page for now. Now, I'm not really going to go through too crazily and design a full product page for you, but I am going to add a few elements just to kind of give you a general idea. So, what we might want to do is, I'm going to add my perfect starter section here, which if you don't know about that, I will leave that video linked in the description below as well. We're just going to split this into a grid, add a little bit of a gap in between. Over here on the left hand side, let's go ahead and add a gallery. Make sure it's in the left grid and stretch it. For the settings, of course, we want to make it more look like a product gallery, so we'll do thumbnails. Okay, and then we'll connect this to product item, and we'll do media items. Okay, and what we'll do is actually go ahead and raise this up to be about this size. Okay, next let's go ahead and add like a title for the product title. We'll add a description, and we'll add another title for the pricing, and last but not least we'll add a button. Okay, so let's go ahead and for this, for the pricing, let's go ahead and make it like a little bit smaller. We can maybe even make it even smaller, to be honest. We'll do something like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and reorder these, something like this. Again, I'm making this very, very basic, just again and give you an idea. And I'll select all of these. We'll stack these together. I'm going to set the width to be 100%. We'll align it to the left and center, maybe. Sure, actually we'll do top. And then for item spacing, let's do like 32 pixels. Okay, so now let's go ahead and grab this, and we're going to connect it to our CMS. So of course we're going to connect it to our product item, and this is going to be our product name. Okay. This right here is going to connect to our price, but what we want to do is actually choose our formatted price. That adds our $sign. Perfect. This right here is going to just connect to our description, and our rich text is really, really small, but that's not the point of today's video. And for this button, we'll say add to cart. And all we need to do is we need to set the click action to add to cart. Okay. So now if we go ahead and preview this website really quickly and wait for this to load. Okay. Then once we press add to cart, you're going to see it added it to our cart. However, if we go ahead and choose another option, let's say one with product options on it, and press add to cart, you're going to notice that nothing happens. And that's because in order for this specific item to be added to the cart, the user must first select different product options, and they must choose a size, and if there are color options or other options, they must fill in that information before the add to cart actually becomes available to the user. But unfortunately, we just don't have access to that kind of control with the no-code version of building this page. So that is something to keep in mind. If you do have product options and you do want a custom design, then you are going to need to consider doing the more coded method, unfortunately. Because for example, if I were to come over here to input and come over to here to like selection tags and maybe grab sizes and throw this in, unfortunately, if I do collect content, product items, you can see I cannot currently connect it to the size. However, if I go to view all data sets, go add new item, go to variants, let me call this one product options. And then maybe for product options, we do dataset settings, filter, and the product name is from another dataset, product items name. And so maybe we can do this by size, product options. But you can see, unfortunately, there's no way to like connect it to the product options, right here. Unfortunately, at least not at this stage of it. Like even if you were to add like product options data set and kind of go through that route, unfortunately, there's just not a way to do it at this time. However, I do have to say, I do think that this is something that they're probably actively working on behind the scenes. So as I casually promote the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to see an updated tutorial when that feature gets released. But in short, that is how you add a dynamic add to cart button to your custom product pages when there are no product options. But that's going to wrap it up for today's quick little video. If you all did enjoy, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel for more Wix Studio content coming out very, very soon. Thank you all again, and I will see you all in the next one.